Hi, I'm Otto Hansen, General Manager of Agiloft Astra. With Astra, you can analyze thousands of contracts, review and redline in Word, and get answers all in one place. No more manual review or taking weeks to answer questions about what's in your contracts. Just fast, accurate, and auditable AI insights you can act on. Now, two of the main use cases Astra supports are pre-signature contract review and negotiation via our Microsoft Word add-in and bulk contract analysis via the Astra web app. In this video, we'll walk through the key capabilities in both. Let's look at bulk contract analysis first. Whether your finance team is trying to understand payment terms across your customer contracts, your legal team needs to analyze risk across your vendor contracts, or you've got special projects like compliance checks or M&A document analysis, Astra has a number of tools to help you convert unstructured contracts into valuable insights. The Documents tab is a central hub showing all the docs you have access to, along with more than 10 core data fields we extract out of the box for every doc. These fields are designed to help you and Astra's AI tools understand what's here and organize it all in intuitive ways. You can easily drag and drop thousands of docs at a time here. And every time you review a document using the Word add-in, a copy of that doc automatically gets added to your documents table. Once you've got some documents to analyze, you'll find two great ways to do your research. If you're in a more exploratory phase of a project or just need quick insights, I would start with the assistant. For example, maybe I want the assistant to quickly show me which of my vendor SaaS agreements commits to complying with SOC 2 or similar security standards. Now, part of what makes the Astra Assistant more powerful than a standard chatbot is that it leverages those core data fields we just looked at to find and evaluate what you're looking for. So here, I've asked it to focus on SaaS agreements, a contract type, where the counterparty type equals vendor. Narrowing your analysis down to the right set of docs helps focus your review and limit your credit consumption. Okay, now I've got a table showing the selected documents and an AI column that shows which of these contracts do and do not commit to SOC 2 or similar standards. I can click into any of these cells to audit the results and see the underlying source language. I can sort the data, edit the columns shown, and save this as a project. If I want, I can go back to the assistant to read a report that it produced analyzing this data for me, ask it to dig deeper, or have it create a chart to help me visualize this data. For more sophisticated and precise analytics tasks, you may want to use projects. Here I can more carefully define the scope of my project based on any of the core data fields we looked at earlier. So let's imagine now that I've been tasked with analyzing my vendor contracts ahead of a corporate spinoff or disposition of a business unit. I use this workspace for vendor contracts exclusively, so this time I'm going to select all of my active agreements. Then I'm going to select this community screen that was designed to screen vendor contracts in an M&A context. Once my analysis is complete, I can see all my contracts as rows, with each column representing a specific point of analysis, like this one, which shows whether I need to notify or seek consent from the vendor in an assignment scenario. I can sort these columns, audit individual cells, add more columns, and export this project as an Excel file. In just a few minutes, I've analyzed 231 contracts for 7 of the most important questions relevant to this type of M&A project. I can now go back to my legal team with valuable insight. Finally, let's look at how Astra supports pre-signature contract review and negotiation. Screens, or playbooks, allow you to define the rules Astra uses to analyze contracts. You can create your own from scratch, create one from an ideal contract, or use an expert-crafted community screen to get started quickly. Building screens is an art that can take a little bit of practice to get good at. So check out our training resources specifically around screen creation for tons of tips and tricks to help you build powerful playbooks that scale your legal team's expertise. To start screening contracts, let's go over to Word. With our Microsoft Word add-in, you and your team can review as many contracts as you need without using any of your credits. Here we have a vendor contract to review. So I'm going to find a community screen for tech contracts and run this screen. The core building blocks of screens are standards, which are the requirements you set for specific contract types. Each standard is a pass-fail requirement and is assigned a level of importance by the creator. As we click into a standard, we'll see suggested redlines to remedy the fails, suggested comments, and user guidance, all created and configurable by the screen creator. I can manually review and redline each standard or remedy all the failed standards with a single click. I can also produce quick red flag risk reports using the Generate Risk Summary boost. Whether your deal desk wants to screen customer contracts to close deals faster, or procurement is looking to standardize their review processes, screens allow legal teams to codify their playbooks into powerful tools that produce consistency, speed, compliance, and visibility across the org. Thanks for taking a few minutes to learn how Astra can help automate the execution of playbooks in your negotiation workflows and gain deep insights into your existing contracts. Astra was built to deliver contract intelligence for the modern enterprise, to help you do big deals without the big deal.